my workout for December 20th. I love doing these yoga flows. I try to stick them in like once a month. So when you do like a home practice or you don't have a video, it's very easy to go through your yoga poses very quickly and get them done because you don't want to stay in it. You don't have a coach or a yoga teacher there, you know, giving you all these different cues and then flowing you from one piece to the next. You don't have all this, you know, everybody in class to follow. And so the timer just kind of helps you stay in it. When you hear the beep, then you can switch to the next pose. So we're going to use our Tabata timer, and it's 0 rest, but I'm using Tabata just because it's 20 seconds per move. So we're going to select the Tabata timer. We're going to go for 60 rounds, which sounds crazy. But one side of the left and one side of the right is actually 20 rounds. So you're only going to go through this 3 times. 60 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 0 rest. So we're going to take out that rest. I'm doing that because you are probably only going to want to hold some of those poses for about 15 seconds, and you're going to want that transition time to get out of it. So at most you're holding it for 20 seconds, at the least 10 to 15 seconds. All right, so we're going to start with a forward fold. I just shorthand right, that is FF. So I'm going to be in a forward fold with my head tucked. Most people leave their head up, so do spend some time with your head tucked. No matter how flexible you are, your knees are going to be bent. Even in a forward fold, this is my forward fold. My legs are not all the way straight. That's pretty intense. So a little bit of a bend, and I can still feel, I'm pretty flexible. I can still feel the stretch in my hamstrings. So again, tuck your head. You'll hold that for a full 20 seconds. And then when you hear the beep, you're going to take one leg up. So I'm going to do my same forward fold, but I have one leg uplifted. You can lift this leg really high to activate the glutes, and you can stay in a forward fold, or at this point you can lift up a little bit. So maybe you have 2 blocks or 2 weights or 2 stacks of books to give you a little bit of height. You can also use, take it in the other room. I know, I gave it to her. You can also use like a chair or something to hold yourself up. But it's a little bit of activation in this leg and a lot of activation in this leg. So you're gonna hold that for 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna end up just stepping back into a crescent lunge. So from that single leg balance, I'm gonna step straight back. And when I do this crescent lunge, I want you to keep your heel up. So if you look at my legs, they're nice and wide. I did not stand on a balancing beam, and my back heel is up, not down. So we're gonna keep it lifted high, so everything's square. After that single leg forward fold, my arms go up with this one. They can either go straight up, or you can press your palms together. So my legs are facing down, my hands are facing up. So this is your crescent lunge. After 20 seconds, you're gonna go into a reverse crescent lunge. So I went from that high position, I just cartwheeled my arms down, and I'm twisting towards my front leg. If you twist the other way, it's okay, but we're gonna go down from here. So make sure we're reverse, we're twisting towards our front leg. After 20 seconds, we're gonna come all the way down. We're gonna hold this low twist or easy twist. We do this in our warm up all the time, except for my back leg just happens to be up. If you're super tired, you could put it down and just hold here, okay? But when you're ready, we're gonna transition to side plank. So that might mean you just completely go all the way back right into it, or you might have to like slowly get there. You might have to go down to your forearm. You might have to put your knees down. Side plank of your choice. 20 seconds, try to push your hips forward and lift your chest towards the ceiling. From that, I'm gonna go right back to down dog. So hand goes down, my foot goes down. I'm just gonna transition right to down dog. Hold that for 20 seconds. In that downward facing dog, I do wanna bend my knees and press my chest towards my legs so that I'm in a nice extension with my back. So again, I don't care how flexible you are, your knees should be bent in that down dog. From there, we're gonna jump all the way up. So after 20 seconds, I'm gonna bend my knees and jump. Maybe you're landing in between your hands. You're back into that forward fold. 20 seconds here, and then you're gonna come all the way up to a standing back bend. So standing, again, pressing my palms together. I'm not trying to go back, I'm just trying to look up. So my fingers are reaching up, my chest is reaching up, and if you look at my posture, it's pretty darn nice. But I'm not trying to go back, I'm just trying to go up. And that, I forgot the chair pose. So after that forward fold, I knew there was one thing I forgot. You will stick a chair pose in there, and then going into that standing back bend. So I forgot that chair pose for 20 seconds. It's a little different than our normal squats. Your feet can either be together or here. It's a little more hips back. It's hard to get your knees to go too far forward, but chair pose here. This is fine. This is fine. It's a little bit of a back bend too. So my arms are up, I'm looking up, sticking my butt back. And then you'll standing back for 20 seconds. And then you go right back to that forward fold. And then after that 20 seconds here, you'll lift up single leg on the other leg. So make sure you're just remembering which leg you lifted up. You don't have to remember what side plank you're on or anything else. That should flow naturally, but every time you come back to that forward fold, you're gonna be switching your legs. So if you did this leg the first round, you'll do this leg the second round, and it should bring you right back. Woo! So you're gonna end up doing left and right 3 times. So you'll do left, right, left, right, left, right. That's only a 20-minute WOD. If you wanna do this for 30 minutes, well, you'd have to do it for 40 minutes, but you could definitely add in, oh no, that would work. Yeah, you could add in another left and right round. So just bump up your rounds to 80 or even 100. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really not that long. And the more you go through the flow, all of those positions are pretty extreme stretches, and you're warming up the body. So you're not only working, but you're stretching. This position here, right? As you get warmed up, you'll be able to go a little bit lower. That back leg will be a little bit straighter. You'll be more open in your chest. With the standing back bend, you'll feel like you are able to look a little bit further back and further back. So it's really nice to do, and that's why you do yoga flow. You're warming up those same pieces. The whole time you're in it, you definitely want to be breathing. The yoga breathing what I'd like you to do is breathing through your the back of your throat. It doesn't matter if you're doing nose or mouth, but it's like you're fogging up a mirror. It's easier to do that through your nose, but you can do it through your mouth. It should be loud, not obnoxious, but you should be able to hear it like you're fogging up a mirror on the inhale and the exhale. That's just gonna slow down your breath so you're not hyperventilating. It's also gonna allow you to take a longer breath. So through that 20 seconds, you're breathing the entire time. You're taking these long breaths. And if you're focusing on your breath, once you get into, you see the next pose, boom, you get into it, what are you gonna do? You're focusing on your breath, and it kind of takes your mind out of it. Plus, the breath breathing just gets you to come out of that fight or flight state and really come down into a nice peaceful headspace, but you're still like sweating and working and your heart rate's up really high. So that is your workout for December 20th. Don't forget the chair pose that I forgot to stick in there. So you have those 10 poses. I would rewrite them so that they make sense to you. And then, yeah, have at it.